Hey, Demarcus.
Welcome, everyone. What's happening, Jerry?
Nothing.
How has your week been?
My week has been fine. So don't get too excited. But I
hmm
did start this new job this week.
Shut up.
I said don't get too excited
I'm sorry.
because
I'm
it
I'm
is
sorry.
not a paying job and it's not a volunteer. It's something that I'm doing for equity.
Equity,
Um,
like the apartment folks.
no, it's like equity, like
Oh, for equity. Okay,
yeah.
for.
For equity. They're currently in talks. It's a small little education company. They're
Oh, it's a
current
startup.
Yes, a startup. So they don't have the money and it's a small company. And they're currently looking for investors, yada
hmm
yada yada. But
hmm
I did tell them that I would need at least $1,000 a month.
hmm
And they said, oh, we can't afford that either. But so we had to whittle down that price. So
To $500 a month,
less.
$300 a month.
It's $200 a month. But they are still trying to do equity. I have not, no, I have the contract and it does say that price, but
hmm
I just feel
But it's a
so
lot more. But it's more equity, I assume, because you're taking the pay cut.
yeah, but the equity isn't even in play yet because they don't even have the investors.
Yeah, yeah. So with the equity, do you get like money off top when they do get investors?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I thought I was assuming that because you have equity, like if the company ever sells, even if you're no longer there, you'll get a piece of that sale.
Maybe. And it may be just like stock or something.
Yeah. I mean,
But
like
they
if a company sells, like your equity becomes stock, that makes sense. Yeah.
but then they said that they were going around to each of the team members and discussing like a um a salary. So hopefully that conversation is in my very, very, very near future.
Okay, dope.
But
What else been going on?
I just feel really defeated. And yeah,
Why? Because you got a job and it's paying
it's
you
not
something.
really a job because I'm not really getting paid, but
Yeah, you ain't getting paid like you should.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not that we're ungrateful, just that we know our worth.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. My week's been good. I my manager at work uh kept me online, like had a meeting with me at like 4:50 on Friday, and that lasted about 4:20, lasted till about 5:20, 5:30.
So when do you usually leave?
On
On
Friday, but I
Friday.
be kicking out early. On Friday, I'll leave like 3 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock.
Okay.
We work from home and it's Friday. So
Okay.
like usually I'll have like an afternoon meeting with my scrum team. So it'll be like our team time or like our like wrap up meetings for the sprint. And after that it's like, all right, cool. I'm out.
What's a scrum team?
A scrum team is a multi what do they call it? Multifunctional team where you're because most of the time at jobs everybody works in the same department, so all the designers will work together, all the engineers will work together. So a scrum team sort of slices that laterally instead of vertically, where your designers, engineers, data analysts, project managers, they're all working together on the same team.
Hmm. Okay. Cool.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah.
So why do you keep you over?
We were just doing some design critique on because I had mentioned we had talked earlier in the week about him looking at something when I finished it, so I sent it over to him. By the time he got to looking at it, he's like we should hack on this together, and I was like, okay, cool. And it just happened to we just happened to start the hack kind of late.
And that
Um,
couldn't wait till Monday?
yeah, I'm off Monday, so
Oh, that
uh,
couldn't wait till Tuesday?
you know, there's other things that need to be done. It was annoying, but I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Like that doesn't happen all the time. Like most times on Fridays, like I said, I leave at like 3 o'clock. So having to stay over a Friday here and there till like 5:30, not a big deal. Um, what else? Got Fair and Linda in town that you just talked to, and we've
I
been having
know that was so
a
good to see
time.
them.
We've been having a time, man. Um, Friday night we all me, Fair, and Shauna went out. Um, and
Ghana.
Fair took a couple of edibles almost back to back. She was like, oh, it was like an hour in between. It was like Fair, it was like 30 minutes in between those edibles. And after dinner, we went out to a karaoke bar, and this girl was like sleep at the bar.
Fair?
Like, yes, to the point where like the bouncer's coming over, like, hey, y'all gotta wake her up or get her out of here.
Okay.
So
Uh,
we just like we just took her back to Shauna's place, let her sleep it off.
okay.
Hmm
So do they like your little California friends?
Yeah, yeah. They really enjoy, Fair's the only one that met Shauna because Linda got in town yesterday. But we met a lot of my friends at the Anderson Paak concert, and
Hmm.
it wasn't as interactive because it's a concert. We all trying to listen, but it was a good time. We all had a good time.
Were you able to like sing the songs or do you know the songs that well
Oh,
they
I knew about Air's song. Like it was these folks sitting in front of us. They turned around, they was like, "You sound so good."
that was obviously a lie.
That's what
Um,
I was like, no, no. I was like, I can't sing, y'all.
yeah.
Cannot. I'm not a
Okay.
singer.
So you drugged up our friend, you roofied our friend,
I
you
did not. She did that to herself, and it was THC, not a roofie. Don't put that out there.
all right, well, same
And matter of
thing.
fact, you should stop saying these hard drugs on our channel before we get demonetized.
Okay, well, describing what a drug is. But okay, did y'all went to a concert and did y'all didn't go to brunch or anything like that?
No, not yet.
Omakase?
We going to nah, man. We going to Korean barbecue for lunch today before we go to the
K-pop?
parade. Yeah. Well, not K-pop, Korean. We're not gonna do the pot. We're gonna do the grill.
Okay.
Um, before we go to the rave. So that'll be dope. And Linda's not into anime. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
But we got her watching she's dressing up as Gojo for the rave. So I've been having her watch JJK this weekend since she got here. And
So
she's really into it.
I mean, of
Like
course,
she was watching the first episode. She was like, his grandpa just died. And I was like, Linda, you watching this show?
of course.
You paying attention?
I would put her onto the prequel episodes because that
Mm,
tells more about Gojo, actually.
fair enough, fair enough. And I thought about starting there, but I just started from episode one. Yeah.
Okay.
But she liked it though. So
So this is an anime rave. You're
mhm.
dressing up as the Trigun
Vashti
guy.
Stampede from Trigun. Yep.
She's dressing up as Gojo. What is Fair going as?
Fair got a she not a kimono, she got a yukata. She has a yukata costume, and that's what she's dressing up as. Not a particular character.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And are
And
you going with
then
any other friends?
Shauna's coming and she's dressing up as Mirko.
Hmm. Okay.
Hmm
Okay. I would want to dress up as somebody from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, even though I haven't seen that
Mm.
show.
I can see you doing that. I can see you doing that.
Or
You
do you know that?
you gonna do the bodysuit in the glamour jacket?
I don't know. I don't know. I,
Mm.
I I haven't seen the show to know what the fashions are, but everybody says the fashions
Um,
in JoJo's is the best. But you know, if I had the body I wanted, I would be
mhm.
not it's the Seven Deadly Sins, the immortal guy. You know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
the Lion Print of Side, the Lion Sin of Pride. His
Yeah,
name is.
who loves the
Ooh.
fairies. Because that's
Oh no, you're thinking of Vaughn, the Fox Sin of Greed. Bond, the guy in the red
yeah,
with the red.
then the red. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bond. Hmm
Hmm. Hmm.
I can see you doing that, Jerry. Because when yeah, because I thought you was talking about the other guy, the Pride guy, and I was like, that just like gets Escanor. I thought you were talking about
Yeah,
Escanor.
Escanor.
Yeah,
No,
and I was like, I can see you doing that one, but
I'm not Jack
yeah.
for that. Well, in his librarian form.
You can be his boss.
Yeah, I could be him in his
Hmm.
librarian form. But yeah, I'm not, not him,
Yeah.
not him.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so let's move on to the Put You On segment, sponsored by
Mm.
our good friends at Movie Pass. DeMarcus, can you please tell
Our
them a little bit about Movie
amazing.
Pass?
Of course, I can tell folks about our amazing friends and sponsor over at Movie Pass. It's a subscription-based service. I say this all the time. Y'all need to get Movie Pass because it allows you to see multiple movies a month for a single fee. Um, and it pays for itself after one movie. You know, depending on what subscription you get. Um, you can see a number of movies per for your subscription. And it's just designed to make movie going easier because you know it's gotten way out of hand. You're paying $15, $20 for a movie, which is absurd. The movie used to be like a cute little date, cute little family outing, and now it's become like, I got a plan for this. I got to low-key save just to take a girl out to a movie.
Yeah.
And movie pass changes all that. So instead of paying, 15, 20, $25 for a movie, you paying only like 10, 20, $30 for a subscription. You get your credits and you can use those credits to see as many movies as you can manage in that month. So go
Yeah.
ahead and check out Movie Pass. I really bring them up in every conversation I have. Whenever I talk to anybody about movies, I always say, "Have you tried Movie Pass? Have you heard of Movie Pass?"
Yeah, yeah. So the fall season is here. I have
Mm,
been watching a lot of new stuff. The Aaron Hernandez story. I've been watching that.
mm,
Monsters, which is
mm.
about the Louds brothers. I saw that
I
series.
thought we was talking about anime. I was excited.
That's
'Cause
not here yet. That's like in 2 weeks.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, we can prepare, but yeah,
I haven't.
we'll have
Well,
our fall anime
yeah,
episode.
we'll have our fall anime. We'll
Hmm.
have our fall anime. But the anime season is here. Not the anime season, the fall TV season is here.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, yeah, all this stuff is coming out. This Korean cooking show that I'm watching,
Hmm.
and something's coming out on the 24th. Oh, Grotesquerie by it's another Ryan. I
Is that
forgot
dude who
his
do American Horror Story?
yeah, the American
Okay,
Horror
I
Story.
saw I saw some ads for that. I
Yeah,
saw some ads for that.
Niecy Nash is gonna be the American Horror Stories is coming back out in
Mm.
October,
All
but
the scary stuff.
all the scary stuff. But one show that I saw this week that I cannot stop thinking about it. And I'm waiting for the next week so I can see the next episode is I've been watching all the TikToks on it's the only show that's on my feed because I watch them and then I sing along to the little song. But the show is called Agatha All Along. It is the
Mm.
sequel to WandaVision and Doctor Strange and what was that? The Multiverse of Madness or whatever.
Hmm.
But this show, I can't stop thinking about it. It's so good. It has the musical numbers, which I love. It's very extremely queer coded. It has
Hmm.
witches, both old and young. Um, I'm really interested to see how the Black Witch is and how the Blood Witch is. Not the Black Witch, but the African American witch is.
Mm.
And
What's wrong with saying black?
because you talk about witch, you might think of like magic, and she's the
Mm.
potion switch.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, go
Uh,
ahead.
but yeah, Agatha all along, it tells the story of how Agatha um
Hmm.
gets this coven to go along the witch's road, which is a
Mm.
very mystical and mysterious part of Marvel folklore. Um, Aubrey Plaza is in it. This is a very queer coded show. Aubrey Plaza
Hmm.
is in it. She is rumored to be some very weird people, some very exciting people. She said that we're all going to love her character when her character is revealed. The teen is in it. cannot know his name yet. It's just so many mysteries, and I know that I know that what is being hypothesized for this show, but with Agatha all along and with Marvel, how they've been doing things in the past, I don't
Hmm.
think that they're going to go the traditional route. Like, even though the teen is so coded for him to be Wiccan and that
Hmm.
he's Billy, I I that's the one
Billy
like 50 Wiccan's Billy is Wiccan's real name.
Wickman.
The Scarlet Witch's son.
Oh, okay.
So
Wicked. You were saying I thought you said Wick Man, and I was like,
no,
Jonathan
yeah,
Wickman? I was like
yeah,
the
Wiccan.
writer?
Wiccan. So when it's very coded for him to be Wiccan, we don't know his name, but I really think that Marvel is gonna pull something out of the hat. They're gonna go
Mm,
in deep, deep, deep lore for him.
hmm
And it's just such a great story. I'm excited for the mysteries. I'm
hmm
loving the fun. I'm giddy for the queerness. And yeah,
hmm
it's a great, amazing show.
Dope. No, okay. I've been seeing it. I haven't watched it yet because I don't know. I just hadn't. I was a little iffy about it, but your synopsis, your pitch just now, just kind of like sealed the deal for me. So I'm gonna give it a shot soon.
Why were you so iffy?
I don't know, man, because I think I was iffy about WandaVision, and like the first three episodes of WandaVision were like kind of boring, and it took me a while to like really be like, oh, I'm into this show. Um, and so, and then the character Agatha that as I remember her from WandaVision, I was like, I don't know if I like this lady. Yeah, the lady that got playing her, or like in how they wrote the character. I'm not sure if I wasn't sure if I liked it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I think
So,
the way Marvel has been going, I've been seeing Marvel movies in Phase 4, and I've seen a few Marvel shows in Phase 4. The shows are better than the movies. I think Marvel is going the way of DC at this point, where like they can't make a good movie to save their life, but they can make a damn good show.
what? They can't make a good movie to save their life.
Not in Phase
Deadpool,
4.
you just saw Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a
Yeah,
phase for a movie. You saw it twice. So,
yes, but that's one. Whereas in Phase 1 of Marvel, every movie was a hit. Every movie was
what
slapping.
other phase? So, all the phase four movies have been dealing with the multiverse. So, no, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness was amazing.
It was pretty good. You're right.
That
You're right.
whole
You're right.
sequence of them, the Illuminati up there,
Was that Phase 4 or was that part of Phase 3?
that's phase four.
Okay, bro, don't ask me questions. I don't need this attitude. Wait,
This
that's
is
not in
my
your job description.
confusion. I am
That's
confusion over
all
your
this
what
sass.
you are saying.
Jerry, you don't have the ass to carry all this sass you be giving me.
First of all, I I got a butt as big as the sun. So don't go there. Second of all, you saying that phase four hasn't been good is very
it's it's
weird
hit
to
or
me.
okay, I'll take that back. It hasn't been bad, but it's been real hit or miss because the Marvels wasn't it. Um what
Ant-Man, wasn't it?
Ant-Man Quantumania?
Yeah.
I really thought that was Phase 3. I didn't think that was Phase 4 at all.
Phase four.
But
Oh my God, let's look it up. We got the internet right here. Look it
mhm.
up. Let me see. Marvel. And while we look it up, I just want to say, I love the first episodes of WandaVision because it reminded me of Twilight Zone. And I love the
Mm.
Twilight Zone.
I didn't really watch the Twilight Zone like that.
Oh, so yeah, you don't
Yeah,
like TV.
I do like TV. Just
So the Phase
what?
Four, oh my God, I love the Phase Four movies. The Phase Four movies are Black Widow. That was a hit or miss.
That was a miss.
Shang Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings hit.
Very middling.
What? Are you
Very
crazy?
middling. I
Eternals.
wanted I wanted more from Shang-Chi. Eternals unsung hero. Eternals is
Exactly.
Eternals was low key good. Um,
Exactly. Spider-Man No Way Home
that
hit.
one was good. I love that one.
Doctor Strange in the
Loved it.
Multiverse of Madness hit.
Loved it.
Thor Love and Thunder
Eh,
and
meh.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever hit.
Okay, I gotta say that was a hit for the
So
culture.
I don't see Ant-Man. Where is Ant-Man?
I told you Ant-Man was phase three.
Oh, hold on. Ant. If it came out before 2001, it's 2021 is phase three. Quantum Mania. It came out in
Mm.
2023.
Mm.
So
It's not
that's
blue.
phase. If this is phase four,
Hold on.
then is that phase five?
No, there is no phase five yet. This is all phase four stuff. Because phase four is supposed to be be about Kang the Conqueror, and now they're switching it to Doom.
No, well, Ant-Man was Kang the Conqueror.
But I think Ant-Man might have been like a middle movie. Like this is to transition you from phase three to phase four. So it's not.
Okay. So
Yeah, I
I'm
think.
seeing because it's Ant-Man, Guardians, the Marvels, Deadpool, and then coming up in phase five is um Brave New World and Thunderbolts. So Ant-Man started off phase five. Now
Oh,
this is a hit or
really?
miss because Ant-Man was a
So we are in phase five now with the Marvel
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, we are in phase five.
Okay. All
Guardians
right.
was a miss. The Marvels
Yeah.
was definite
Wait,
hit.
Guardians.
Yeah,
What was that?
Guardians of
Oh,
the Galaxy 3.
I don't think I even. I probably did see it, but it wasn't memorable.
Yeah. Ant-Man, Guardians, The Marvels was a hit. Deadpool and Wolverine was a hit. We're waiting on Brave New World, February 14th, 2025, and Thunderbolts, May 2nd, 2025.
Mm. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing this different list now. All right.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a Deadpool and Wolverine movie, possibly.
A Deadpool and Wolverine movie?
No, we just saw that. Okay, never
What are
mind.
you talking?
This list is out of order. The one I'm looking at is out of order, and they had it like way down. So I was like, oh, or because Deadpool 3 did so well, they're gonna do an actual Deadpool and Wolverine movie. But that was the other one. My bad, y'all.
That you
I'm a,
saw twice. Were you high?
I'm all well. I don't smoke. I'm never high.
Wow. Okay. So
I'm not
now
high
we're
right now.
all on the same page of these phase.
No, see, yeah, because Deadpool 3 is up here. Deadpool 3 is has
Mhm.
Wolverine in it. And then I see on the list there's also Deadpool and Wolverine. The list I'm looking at.
What list are you looking at?
This Google list.
Don't look at the Google list. They're not going to tell you the actual list. They're going to look in the algorithm. You have to click on a page. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Anyway, but
Oh my
We
God.
digress. Phase five is the one that's been very middling for me. I think, but I still stand behind my statement. The shows that have been coming out have been better than the movies that I've been seeing. Like on a like by and large.
DeMarcus, I don't think that's true either because you didn't like Miss Marvel.
I didn't watch a lot of Miss Marvel. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, you
Right.
didn't like WandaVision. You just said that.
I didn't say I didn't like WandaVision. WandaVision took me some time to get behind. The
Okay.
first two, three episodes, but
Okay.
once they threw that color in there, once it was in color, it started getting good.
Once it was in color, it started to get good. So you just don't respect the classics.
Maybe that may be it. That may be it, Jared. That may be it.
Wow.
But I wanted to put y'all on to something too. I've been watching some stuff. Uh, I've been watching Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing anime about this kid who's getting bullied, and then he joins like a boxing gym and start learning how to fight. What I like about it is that they don't make it so that like once he starts boxing, it's like, oh, you're an amazing boxer. Who knew? And it's like, no, it's like everybody talk to him, they're like, oh, actually, kid, you pretty shitty at boxing, but you're also pretty strong. So if you can punch somebody one good time head on, you can win most fights. But your defense needs work, your footwork needs work. You need to keep moving around. So,
Mm,
they make it so that he has to he really has to like train his and build himself up. And like every match he goes into is like it's very obvious that he just joined this world. Um and I thought it was like an older anime, but apparently they made it in 2021. So, but it's just now like getting popular. I'm hearing about it a lot more now than I have been.
okay. Okay.
I
Um,
also watched Fight
mhm.
Night. Started watching Fight Night with
Fight
Kevin
Night.
Hart, Taraji P Henson,
Oh,
Samuel
okay.
Jackson. Like it's a star-studded cast, and it's a good show.
Mm-hmm.
I think I stopped watching it like episode two, because Kevin Hart plays this like fast talking, like small time numbers runner, and he's trying to make go big time. He's a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts like he hooks up with this he hooks up with Samuel L. Jackson's character, who is like the big time criminal that's coming to Atlanta just for Muhammad Ali's fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's trying to like be slick, and I stopped it when Kevin Hart like told this lie, and somebody else came over and like told the truth. Like not even like trying to like throw salt at him, just like, talking, making conversation. Um yeah. So somebody
So do
somebody
you
told the
like
truth.
it or
I do like it. I
okay?
really love it.
Okay.
It's kind of dated. It's like a period piece, like
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
And I like stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's
everybody's saying it's good, but I don't Kevin Hart is just so annoying to me.
Man, I really like Kevin Hart, and he's
Okay.
really good in this show.
Everybody's saying that everybody else is good. Chloe's in it, right?
I haven't seen her character yet.
Taraji's in it.
Hmm.
All those people. So everybody's saying that all the other characters are in it, but
Kevin Hart is good too.
uh, I
And
don't want to
then
see him.
I also watched the new season, and it's been out for a minute, but I just watched it, the new season of Bel Air, and that was pretty
Oh,
good.
okay.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Bel Air is good.
Yeah, the last season, well, this
Yeah.
last season ended on a great little cliffhanger. Okay,
Yeah.
Demarcus, before we go into our actual show, I just want to ask you, you said that you have been liking these Marvel shows, but you also said that you didn't like the Marvel shows that I have named. So I just want to go over all the Marvel shows to see what your standing is on them.
Hmm.
I just pre-read them and I like them all.
Mm.
And I know that
I
you,
thought you did. I thought you said you didn't like Echo.
I loved Echo. What are you talking about? I
Okay.
love you had the Kingpin killing somebody with a car door. How can you not like that?
Jerry, I'm just
On
asking you a question,
Disney
bro. I'm just
Plus,
asking you a
I
question, bro.
loved it. When
Okay.
did I? Okay,
You love Echo.
so let's go through all the Marvel shows. You say hit or miss, all right?
Hmm.
WandaVision,
Hit.
when it
If
was
it
in
has to be
color,
hit or miss, hit.
when it was okay. The Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Hit.
Loki, season one and two.
Hit.
Okay.
Hit.
Not with
Capital
that face. Okay. What if
hit.
you saw both seasons?
Capital H. Hit.
Okay. Hawkeye,
A little bit of a miss. A little
Moon
bit.
Knight. I know you didn't like Moon Knight.
Hit.
Really?
Yeah, I love Moon Knight.
I thought you didn't like Moon Knight.
Loved
All
it.
right. Miss Marvel.
Miss.
No, you didn't like that. You didn't watch it all. And that
Mm-mm.
was very surprising. She-Hulk,
Mm. Small hit. I really enjoyed it. Little hit. All
Se-
lowercase.
Secret Invasion,
Invasion. Hit. Yeah. Hit.
and Echo.
Hit. I didn't finish it, but still hit.
All right. I don't think if you didn't finish it that you can give us an accurate reading, but
I'm actually, if there was a middle choice, some of these would have got middle answers.
which ones?
Echo and Miss Marvel.
Okay. But you didn't finish both of those, so
That's why they would have got middle answer. Well, no, Miss Marvel would have still been a miss. Echo would have got a middle answer.
would
WandaVision
have
would
been a
have got a
miss.
more middling answer.
Wow.
Um,
Echo's probably the best show after WandaVision.
I wouldn't say so. Wouldn't say so.
Yeah, Echo's probably the best, most entertaining show. It is
Yeah, I
so
do like
good.
Echo because it felt more realistic than all the other shows.
I mean, not Echo, but Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is probably the most
Mm. I
entertaining
don't I
show.
don't think I like that actress. I think she's annoying. I think she annoys me. And then you know what? I probably because I don't like the because I don't like the show. I have a lot of feelings around Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. Yeah.
The
It
Marvels.
is. I got a lot of feelings around the Marvels.
And
No,
what are they?
I don't include Monica Rambeau because I love Monica Rambeau.
Okay, so what are your feelings about the Marvels? Because I love that movie.
Well, mine is more around the what they're doing with uh Miss Marvel now. And it started with the comics. So it has nothing to do with the cinematic universe specifically. And it's because and I think we talked about this before. It's because they're doing so much retconning with her origin. Like she was an Inhuman, she was a mutant, she got her powers from Captain Marvel. And I'm just like, this is from one of the not the one of the Marvel bands. I was like, they're doing too much with it. I want her to have like I want her to have like a solid origin story. Retconning someone, three times in as many years is kind of problematic.
So in the comic, she's always been an Inhuman.
Hmm.
She wasn't a mutant until the last day of the Krakoa era this year. So that show was out in 2022. She just got announced as a mutant in comics this summer. So I don't know where you heard that from. Now they announced it before, but it still was long after that show. And they actually let the
And like I
actress.
said, it's more with the character than the show specifically.
I think that they're letting the character develop with the MCU because they are
Hmm.
actually letting the actress who plays that character have a hand in writing the comics.
Oh, very nice. I like that
So
for her.
she wrote in the transitionary comic while she was a student at
Hmm.
NYU. She's still in high
Hmm.
school, but she was a student at NYU over the summer for some
Hmm.
program. So she was writing or consulting on that comic with them.
Hmm.
And I thought it was very good to see her in that role and to see Miss Marvel try to understand her new powers
Hmm.
and then at still now in the comics we don't really know what those powers are.
Yeah. And a woman I dated a while ago who was an Indian woman, she really enjoyed it.
Yes, it's a great story.
And I can see these things, and it doesn't resonate with me. I'm not saying that other people shouldn't enjoy it. I'm just saying I specifically, DeMarcus, don't enjoy it.
I think that now if I was watching it, if it aired now today, it would have a bigger meaning for me because
Mm-hmm.
they um talk about, the formation of um Pakistan, and that's where she's from. How
Mm.
how it's just like a little nation that is off of India, and after the British went in there. So yeah, that's where
Hmm.
she's from, and I think that would make me like that story a whole lot more. So, well, anyway, let's go ahead and take a quick, quick break, and
Hmm.
we'll be right back with more Black Geek Energy.
BGE. Jared, I'm trying to get back into my comics. I picked up a few things here and there, but I'm looking for something that I can like jump onto brand new, like start from issue one and start reading. Like, what you got? What do you got on your plate?
Actually, DeMarcus, nothing's good out. Nothing from Marvel, nothing from DC, nothing from Image. All this stuff, trash. Give it the Static Shot and make him ride it into the sunset. It is trash, everything. But what I am doing is I
Mhm.
am gearing up for the few and far between. This comic book is going to be like Final Fantasy and Avatar and everything else. It's an original story with a lot of different nations in it. You have got to look into this book.
Okay, okay. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Where can I find it? Where am I looking?
I could tell you, but we're going to have the actual creator of the comic, Damian Beckman, tell you. Damian, take it away.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, if you're interested, just like Jared said and DeMarcus, if you're interested for a story inspired by Final Fantasy, inspired by Avatar: The Last Airbender, starring a black character, starring a true black girl magic, go to the farbetweencomic.com. It'll take you directly to our Kickstarter page. You can pre-order it there. There's a lot of great things that we have in store. Again, if you're interested in a fantasy story starring a black character, inspired by Final Fantasy, inspired by Avatar, go to farbetweencomic.com and hit that notify me on launch button or pledge today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I can pledge money today. I can start donating right now.
Well, the campaign starts August the 13th through the September the 12th. You can
Okay.
pledge, but that's when the campaign is.
All right. I'll wait. I guess I'll be patient. It's a few and far between.
So go to Far Between Comic right now, sign up, and get ready for the best store of your life.
Welcome back to the hottest show in the land, the geekiest, the blackest, the energiest. Black Geek Energy, BGE if you're nasty.
Oh no.
Um, and as we always do, we got an activity, a little game for y'all today. We're just gonna do some trivia. I'm asking Jared some questions. Um, and only got 7 questions today. I'm gonna read you a little description. For those of you just joining us, the way these games go, DeMarcus is the game master. I come up with the games, I come up with the answers, I make the rules, I decide who wins and who loses. So don't piss me off. Um,
Okay.
like I said, today we're doing some little trivia. I have 5 questions. I have 7 questions here,
Okay.
or 7 descriptions, and you're gonna have to guess the villain that they pertain to.
Okay.
So these are all Batman villains. These are going to be
Okay.
descriptions of their origins, uh,
Okay.
and I think it's pretty easy. So you have to get
Yeah.
5 out of 7 to win the game because I think you know these Batman villains pretty well.
Probably should have did like Green Arrow villains.
Hmm.
That could have been more of a challenge for me, but
Yeah,
let's go
yeah.
ahead and
I
do
feel like
it.
I've been giving you challenging games lately, Jared, and I want to give you one that's like, that's very approachable. Not easy, but approachable for you.
All
You know?
right.
Okay, okay. All right, great. You ready to get started? You feel like you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, bet, bet. Y'all can play along at home. Put your answers in the comments. Let us know what you think. We'll see how you stack up against Jared. Um, number 1. Often considered Batman's most intelligent villain, this poor villain would attempt to win everyone over by solving puzzles in class faster than anyone else, and even went as far as cheating by practicing with the puzzle so that he would win for sure. His plan would only end up causing his hateful father and spiteful peers to hate him even more, igniting his obsession with riddles and turning him into the narcissistic show-off that he is today.
Edward Nibba, the Riddler.
That is correct.
I
Number
know.
2. Disfigured in a horrific car accident, this actor was offered an experimental face cream to help him keep his career. After a conflict with his supplier, he was force fed the cream in an attempt to kill him, but instead the cream fused with his cells. This gave him the ability to shapeshift at will.
Oh, it's Clayface.
That
I
is
don't know his.
Clayface.
I forgot his real name.
I don't know his real name either. It is Clayface though.
Oh,
Um,
it's Basil. Basil Carlo.
all right. Next one, number 3. This villain was born with a medical condition that caused other kids to bully him. His alcoholic aunt would force him to scrub the scales from his body, which really hurt.
Mhm.
Years later, he became a juvenile delinquent, using his strength to his advantage. He would spend many years in jail where his hatred for mankind would grow.
Oh, it's Oswald Cobblepot, the Penguin.
Ah, that's wrong. It is Killer Croc. Scrub the scales from his body?
Killer Croc. So he started as a in the crocodile form. I thought that was
Not
like,
the crocodile, not fully in the crocodile form, but he had like weird eyes and like scales on some parts of his body. And as he
oh,
grew, that just like expressed itself more until he became full croc.
so he's like a metahuman?
I think so, yeah.
I did not know that. So is he as a child? Is he black?
mm, he's tan from the pictures that I saw. Like, you
See.
know.
Let me just see right quick, because I've always envisioned him as black. Uh, I'm clicking everything. Sorry. As a child, I think that yeah, he was black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that he's a metahuman. And they made fun of him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like some accident or something.
Yeah, I thought that he was like a scientist that like gave himself like crocodile DNA or something like that. You know, I thought he was like DC's answer to the lizard.
Me too. Well, I knew he wasn't like a doctor or anything, but
Oh, right, because he's not that smart.
so I knew he was, well, he always acted as black, but I didn't know this. Oh, I
Hmm.
learned something
Yeah,
amazing. I never learned anything from these. Wow. I gotta look into, I want to read his origin story.
yeah.
That's
He
so
needs his own
cool.
little, he could have his own little miniseries.
He could. He needs to, like all these, because the Riddler, all these other people that you name have their own origin
But
stories.
then they
So,
do like a bunch of miniseries around villains.
and he
Batman.
wasn't one, and I read him. He
Yeah.
wasn't one of them.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to number four.
Wow.
Um, All right, number four. His revolutionary father would flee their home country, and he would serve a lifelong prison sentence in his stead. Uh, he spent his early childhood in prison, eventually becoming the top dog. After testing an illegal drug that almost kills him, he becomes an addict. Uh, he must take the drug every 12 hours to avoid the crippling side effects, but in exchange, he gets superhuman strength.
Bane, and
Mhm.
his real name is Eduardo.
That is correct. That is
Mhm.
correct. I did not know. I did not when I first learned about Bane, I did not know that his father was like a revolutionary. But
Oh
that
yeah.
explains it because he definitely does a lot of like revolutionary type things. Like
Mhm.
he has a very like extremist Che Guevara esque personality.
Yeah, he does.
All right, number five. This guy was a famed geneticist. This guy was a doctor, but he started going deaf. He found a cure for his deafness in his research on bats, and it was a success. However, it came with a side effect. The once brilliant doctor transforms into a beast that is only able to act on its animalistic instincts.
Dr. Robert Langstrom
Mm.
or Man Bats.
Yeah, it is Man Bat, Dr. Langstrom. Uh,
Mhm.
all right, Jared. That's five down. You got four.
Yeah, I got
Uh,
four.
and so yeah, you've already won this game, but there's two more just to see how you do.
I want to do one.
Well, you got five down, you got four. You need one more to win. My bad. You need one
Oh,
more to win. You got two questions. And I think the next ones are easy. I think the next ones you will get. Deciding to this is number six. Deciding to study the criminal mind in order to understand her father better. Uh, Despite her intellect, she is charmed by another villain who's placed in her care. One day, deciding to help him escape, she would go on to fall head over heels in love with this villain to the point she becomes his right-hand woman.
mm. Dr. Harleen Quinzel or
Mhm.
Harley Quinn.
Absolutely, that is correct. She is very popular now. Like a lot of people dress up as Harley Quinn. I expect to see some Harley Quinn costumes at this anime rave.
Yeah, it's very interesting that she's so popular because she was
Mhm.
first introduced in the cartoon.
Yeah, she was made just for the animated series, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, number seven, last one. Raised by an abusive father, this villain would not let his humble beginnings hold him back. He would become Gotham's fallen hero, a do-gooder dedicated to putting away bad guys, until a mob boss disfigures his face. This propels his already developing mental illnesses and breaks his psyche.
Um, what's his name? Uh, well, he's Two-Face,
Hmm.
but his name is
Harvey.
Harvey Kent. Harvey Kent.
Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent.
Hmm. Attorney General.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the top dog in that courtroom for Gotham.
Hmm Gotham's White Knight.
Wow. No, that was interesting.
Mhm.
It would have been harder if you used lesser
More
known,
more obscure villains. Yeah, like
like Firefly, Condiment King. I don't know nothing about those. Kite Man.
Condiment King.
Yeah, Condiment King. You didn't know there's a Condiment King?
I
The
know there's a con.
Eggman.
I know there's a Condiment King.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zeus. I don't know nothing about
Um.
these people.
Yeah. I could have used some. I could have used some more obscure villains, but I didn't want to make it too hard. If I could go back to the put you on segment one more time, I've been listening to this pod because did I send you the one about Harley Quinn and the Joker? How she like how he like turns her?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Did you give it a listen yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, cool. From that, maybe they have a whole series, or maybe it's just these two. But I found another one that talks about the Riddler. The Riddler, and it's about like the Riddler is in Arkham, but then his like friends who are one of his friends dies, who's also a villain, Calendar Man.
Mm,
And the whole thing is they think Batman is doing these murders.
mm.
So the Riddler escapes prison and or escapes Arkham Asylum and starts trying to solve this thing and figure out who's killing the villains.
That sounds
Um,
really good.
and so far it has been. They got Hassan Minaj in there doing the Riddler.
From The Daily Show?
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow, wow. But yeah, I think you should have really used these obscure villains. Then
hmm
it wouldn't have been so
Yeah.
easy for
Like
me.
Calendar
I wouldn't have been
Man,
saying the
Arrow.
first names at all with these
You
obscure
go straight to the villain name. That's
go
it.
the trickster. But yeah. Uh, so that's going to lead us into our amazing episode. We're going to talk about one of those villains who I think is, or who is a revolutionary. And the mark is finding information on this villain to make him appear to be a good guy was very hard. I know in his heart he is a good guy, but I
Ooh.
could not. Oh, it's Bane, Eduardo. So
Mm.
trying to find information on this person to make them appear to be a good guy was extremely difficult, but I did find a site that, had a lot of great information. So hopefully, hopefully we can all learn something today.
I do not. I will disagree with you. I do not think Bane is a good guy. I would put, but I don't think he's necessarily good or bad. I think I would put, with as much as I learned about Bane after like watching and reading, I would put Bane in the same category as like Namor or like Doctor Doom, and
Oh
they're
yeah.
all like, and they're all like, look, I'm gonna do what's best for my country. His country being Santa Crista.
Hmm.
I'm going to do what's best for my country, and I don't care what I have to do to make that happen.
Oh
Because that's what
yeah.
I'm here for. I'm here for that. I'm not here for this other stuff that y'all was talking about.
He definitely has, in the past we talked about these because we've done this series a lot. So he definitely has that Black Adam,
Hmm
that's, Emma Frost, that's who else have we done? I don't know who else we've done, but he definitely has a persona that's like it's like them. So let's get into it. Now, did you know that Bane, he was released from the hole. That was the prison that he was in with his father.
hmm
And um,
He was released or he escaped,
yeah, he escaped the second one.
and
And so he
his
went,
father like fled the country, right? So he didn't have. So his father went in there with him, was he?
no, his father was not in there with them,
hmm
but he escaped from, you got something else to say?
I just want to stick a pin in that. What kind of government
Hmm.
makes a son serve time for his father's crimes?
I don't think it was the government. I think,
And well, in the story, in the little origin I read, it was the government. The government was
oh,
corrupt,
okay,
Santa
okay.
Crista, and they was like, "Oh, your father escaped. You gonna serve his time for him."
Mhm.
Um, and I was like, "That's fucking nuts."
Yeah.
First off, that's a shitty government. Why would they do that? Second, why would your father be okay with that? Because I'm sure he had to hear about it at some point.
Hmm.
And he
Yeah.
never came back. I want to see if there's a Bane miniseries, it has to include this father-son relationship. Like he has to meet his father and ask him like, what the fuck were you thinking to leave me there? And then he has to punch a hole in his body.
Yeah. And that's what Bane does best. But I want to see miniseries on all these people, especially Killer Croc, now that I know that he is
Hmm.
black and
Hmm.
that he has such a crazy childhood. Do you know
Yeah.
Solomon Grundy's black?
I did not know Solomon Grundy was black.
No, I'm asking.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think Solomon Grundy's bad. I think he's like a country white boy.
I think he's like a slave.
Mm.
I think he's like a slave that like tried to run away or that was freed and that was murdered by the KKK or something.
Mm.
But yeah. All right. So back to Bane. Anyways, he cared enough about the people in his hometown that
Hmm.
after he escaped, he actually went back and he he murdered the people who imprisoned him. Um, yeah, who filled him up with poison. So he knew that they were corrupt. He went back and he said, not in my town. And that's, the theme that Bane has moving forward throughout his whole entire life. But yeah, he did go back and murder those people that put him in the hole.
Oh, shit, you got to. You got
Uh-huh.
to. You created a monster, and now I've come home to roost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
So,
Frankenstein.
huh?
I said it's very in a very Frankenstein-esque manner.
Yeah. 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 It is. It is. It is.
Hmm. Hmm.
So there is a point in time where Bane thought Batman was his brother. I did
Mm.
I did not read this comic because it is but I'm thinking it was probably a side effect of the drug or something. So
Hmm.
actually he helped Batman a lot while he was
Hmm.
uh riding around with him. Literally in the car having banter with him, with Batman.
Hmm. It was, and I think that goes back to what we were saying before, in that excuse me, that Bane is not necessarily a good or bad guy.
Hmm.
He's chaotic neutral at best.
Hmm. And Batman had to hold him back some.
Hmm.
But he actually did not do that bad of a job as this superhero for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine, got the strength. The addiction though is crazy because I was reading his origin. It was like he got to take venom every 12 hours. That's
Mm.
nuts. I can't imagine having to take anything every 12 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, taking it 12 every 12 hours is crazy. Um, Let me scroll down.
Mm,
So the new 52 removed all the nuance and character
hmm.
development he got outside of being Batman's enemy.
Mm,
Um, but but if you're looking for the type of ways that he can contribute to being a superhero, we have to talk about, some of the things that he done that are outside of Batman.
hmm.
So, uh, with Batman, he has full, no, with Bane, he has full access to um Santa Prisca's men and their
Hmm.
arsenal. Um, and he rules it with martial law, but he rules it as a superhero and he's seen as a superhero
Hmm.
while he's ruling that. So just like Black Adam, Doom,
Hmm.
Namor, he's seen like, okay, so
And the people
we're
fuck with him. The people are
yeah,
like, oh yeah, that's our man.
yeah. He's seen because he's somebody who um uh gets all of this gets all these people together and their families, and there are even images in the comic book of him even
It's
uh
amazing.
breaking the guns. because he's like, okay, we ain't gonna do that here.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, he was even doing that, and he was ruling it. It was like a kid-friendly place.
Yeah. And so,
Uh,
and he just, and I think like he started doing villainy because he needed the funds to overthrow the corrupt government.
yeah, yeah. And let's not count out Bane's intelligence, because we say that
Hmm.
Killer Croc wasn't a doctor, and that's
Hmm.
true. But Bane has even gone against people like Ra's al Ghul, going
Mm.
head to head. Like, he's not going to beat the IQ test against Dr. Freeze, but he is a brilliant strategist when it comes to these military operations. So yeah, he has um uh done all this stuff, and he has led these people for so long. He has actually um uh learned how to be a great strategist.
Mm. I can see him
Um,
because you got to be a great strategist to be able to like overthrow a government, take over a country, because you got to organize those men to go against the other folks' men.
yeah, yeah. And that was all that I found
Mm. Mm.
on Bane.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that was all that I found on Bane. But there, of course, are some of the worst things that Bing has done. Let me go back. So there was a series in the New 52. Yes.
Was Bane the one that broke Batman's back, and then we had that whole time where I think where Dick becomes Batman? No, that's when Batman dies. I can't remember what happened. Like, because I know there's a story where Batman gets his back broken and can't be
Mhm,
Batman anymore, and so
mhm.
somebody else has to like step up.
Yeah,
And was that Bane?
it was a couple of people, but we're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
But Bane was a superhero. I think I kind of want to say that for later. Okay, so anyway. uh
Excuse me.
let's see. What are some of the worst things that Bane has done? So yeah, Bane was born in prison, and it
Hmm.
says
Hmm.
it makes sense that Bane would be of the questionable morale, spending his early years around some of the worst criminals imaginable. Like, yeah, the government said that he has to go to this jail like when he was a little boy. Like, he's gonna have that mindset of kill
Hmm.
or be killed. So anyway, they said that his first kill was a payback against another inmate who nearly killed him. However unfair Bane's situation may have been, he definitely knew what he was doing, and of course, he continued that throughout the rest of his life. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that was how he killed first, but they tried to kill him first. So
Hmm.
yeah. Um, recently, bef oh, recently it was uh found out that before he encountered Batman for the first time in the New 52, they had like some flashback stories. Bane enacted a very complex plan against the Dark Knight, starting by releasing all of the villains in Arkham Asylum, including Solomon, Harvey,
Solomon
uh,
Grundy.
yeah, Solomon Grundy, Harvey Dent, Deathstroke, Freeze, the Joker.
Mm.
Um,
That's the
some
worst one. You could have left that man in there. That's just putting releasing the Joker after all those other ones. That's just putting a 20 on a 10, and it's unnecessary.
It says some inmates were captured early on, others remain more dangerous and on the loose. So he, being the master strategic person that he is, he went in there and he created havoc for Batman by releasing all of these villains. And that was
Mm.
something that was just revealed recently. I
Mm.
think like in
I
the
was just
last
gonna
year or
ask, was that
so.
like the storyline from like Arkham Knights, the video game?
Mm. Was Vane in that video game?
I don't know. No.
Oh, and yesterday was Batman Day. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Why
Mm,
is September 21st Batman Day?
I think that because they were giving him his own his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But why September 21st
I
as
don't
opposed to
know.
any other
I
day?
don't know, child.
Like Star Wars Day makes sense because May the 4th.
May the
And it
4th.
sounds and it sounds like May the 4th. But yeah.
I do
Hmm.
not know. But yeah, he also moving on, he also nearly killed all the Robins. And this was also recently. Following a humiliating defeat at the hands of Batman and Catwoman, Bane set out in one of the most personal attacks against the Dark Knight yet. Starting with the Robins, Batman nearly killed three of the closest people to Batman with very little effort.
Mm.
Fortunately, East Prince of Gotham would survive the encounter as Bane was merely just trying to send a message.
Hmm.
Regardless, attacking a young man who had very little to do with the situation to begin with
Hmm.
is still a pretty low point in Bane's history. So, yeah, Bane said, "Oh, y'all laughing at me. Y'all
Hmm.
think I'm defeated.
Yo,
Watch out."
y'all think I'm a joke. Y'all think I'm play pimping around here. Let me show
Yeah,
you how we do it in Santa Crystal.
exactly, exactly.
Or not, what was the prison call that he was in? Let me show you how we do it in jail.
Right. Let me show you something right quick. And this is something else that recently happened in the comics. So I guess this is all recent stuff.
The
But
pit. That's what the prison is called, the pit.
yeah, the pit. If nearly three Robins wasn't enough, Bane eventually took things to the next level by having Dick Grayson shot in the head,
In the head.
enlisting enlisting the service of KG Beast. Bane's vicious attack nearly killed the young hero and did manage to leave him without a memory. If you don't know, KG Beast is the person who Batman left for dead in the sewers. You know, he has a no killing clause except for KG Beast. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait. So Batman has the no killing thing, but
yeah.
he's made an exception for KG Beast. Like if I see KG Beast is on site, is that
I
what you're
don't think
saying?
it's on site. No, I don't think that it's on site, but he did he did have this thing where he killed KGBs and it was, in the comic books as canon for a while. So yeah.
I think there's a difference between killed and left for dead.
I
Because
mean,
if I
Left for
kill you,
Dead is this
if if I kill you, I'm there and I make sure your heart stops. If I leave you for dead, you can survive. I just walk away while you bleeding out. And it's up to you and God to take care of it from there. And I think Batman is a very I will leave you to your own devices kind of guy. It's like I'll beat you up until death, but I'm not doing the final blow.
No, no, no. Because what he did was he he was leaving him for dead. He
Yeah.
actually it was in the sewers in Gotham and he actually boarded up the sewers so that he
Mm.
could not escape in a very enclosed space. So
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, because now that you explain that, it's like, okay, I'm not leaving you for dead. I'm just trapping you in the sewer. There's plenty of rats and, lizards and shit in the sewer for you to eat. Killer Croc survives down there, so can you.
Breaking Batman, which is what you were talking about. As
Mm.
arguably the most famous moment in Batman's history, the character actually managed to completely break Batman by using his knee to snap Batman's back. Having outmatched Batman both mentally and physically, they
Mm.
they quite the explosive interest into the Dark Knight's tale. Following this, John Paul Valley came to assume the mantle of Batman, but eventually became a far more violent and twisted version, considering
Mm.
everything that happened both to him and Gotham. It's safe to say that this is one of the worst things not Batman, but Bane has ever done. And John Paul Valley is better known as Azazel.
Azazel.
Hmm.
Okay. Is that Hush? No.
No,
Different.
no.
Okay.
Azazel is the Batman who is guided by God. He thinks that he is like some
Mm.
angel of death, or not of death, but he's like some angel of vengeance or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's like, yeah,
Now
yeah,
that you say that, I think because the Riddler podcast story that I'm listening to, it's a mystery. So like as you're going on, you're uncovering clues or whatever, and you're trying to
mhm,
figure out who the bad guy is. So now that you said that, I think Azazel might be the villain in the Riddler podcast I'm listening to,
yeah.
but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'll let
he's the Batman. He has like spikes on his shoulders. He has like a
Mm.
red tint with his costume and everything.
Mm.
But that was not the number one bad thing that Bane has done. And this part shocked me because it's still sending reverberations through the whole
Hmm.
DC universe. And because it just happened like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And I don't think you know this actually.
I probably don't. I'm on the edge of my seat, Jared. Stop
To-
teasing me.
Towards the end of City of Bane storyline, the villain actually, get this, killed off Alfred Pennyworth,
Shut up.
longtime servant and father figure of Bruce Wayne. As a display of power to the Dark Knight, this actually was incredibly heartbreaking to witness and even more tragic after the fact. Even with everything else Bane has done to Batman in the past, killing Alfred is definitely the most personal and permanent action ever committed by any villain.
Hmm.
Through, though he still isn't quite up to the level of Joker, Bane is easily one of the deadliest villains in all of Batman's rogues galleries. And what makes it worse, he did this right in front of Damien. So Damien was there to witness him brutally murdering. This was not a nice murder, not a quick thing.
Yeah, it
Brutally
ain't just like
murdering.
you did.
Yeah. This Alfred to Damien is the best father figure that this
Hmm.
young, I think he's 12 now, but he wasn't 12 then or
Right.
13. He has to be in his teens, like 13,
He's
14.
gotta be.
But that's the best father figure that he's ever known.
Right. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Shit. And what storyline is that in?
That's City of Bane when
Okay.
he took over the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I might want to read that. City of
Oh, it's a
Bang.
good one. It's a good one. But
There's
yeah,
a
he
there's a trade out for it. I'd love to buy it. Or if someone from my wonderful audience wants to gift it to me, I
yeah,
accept it.
and he so I guess I just ruined it for you, but he definitely killed my man's.
So Alfred is dead right now in the comics.
Alfred is dead, coming up as a ghost only in the
Jesus.
comics.
Mm, mm,
That's
mm,
only in flashbacks.
mm, mm,
There is no Alfred. And actually, when Bane was resurrected, because he did die,
mm,
I forgot whose hand it was at, but Bane was resurrected by Lazarus pit juice to be on this
mm,
half alive, half dead um, uh, suicide squad that was led by the Red Hood.
mm. I
So,
really enjoyed the Red Hood.
yeah, me too. But the Red Hood, they're doing stuff,
Oh
they're
wait,
trying.
you saying the Red Hood? So like, as in Jason Todd after he
Mhm.
comes back. Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Hood, not Red Hood.
That's Marvel.
That's Marvel, right? Right. Okay.
But so the Red Hood is leading a suicide squad and they're all on this route. They just defeated this villain and Bane, he does have all his intelligence because he's a zombie, basically, with his
Mm.
lots of juice. Um and he says, Bane, wait. And then
Mm.
he takes his gun, he shoots Bane in the head and said, that's for Alfred. So yeah, it reverberated around and then he went back to Waller and said, don't ever put me on a team with that monster again.
Yo. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's reverberated around the whole DC universe. I know everybody came to his funeral, Superman, Wonder Woman, the whole
Mm-hmm.
squad. And then that's how Dick got all Alfred's money. Uh,
Mm.
that's Damien was upset for a long time. I think he ran away. Yeah, he actually ran away to this island.
Mm-hmm.
And after Alfred died, and he just came back like a couple of months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and which led Batman to this whole failsafe saga. They don't
Mm-hmm.
like each other because
Mm.
Alfred isn't there as the buffer.
As the
Um,
mediator.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I feel like you need that in like most households. You need like somebody who's like you need a disciplinarian, but you also need someone who's like on the kid's side, who's like the kids can like actually.
yeah, yeah, you do. You do. And like
Mm-hmm.
Batman's trying, he's like, go to school. He's like, I was raised by the most violent teachers in the world. I saw people die every day. I'm not going to high school. And he's
Right.
like, why don't you understand that? Tim Drake is living off this old boat,
Mm-hmm.
trying to survive, and he got this little boyfriend now. So yeah, the whole Bat family, they are totally
They
Batman's right
lost.
here, and the Bat family's over here.
They lost without Alfred, man. Alfred was the glue.
Alfred was the glue.
Mm, 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 mm.
Alfred was the glue. And then after, I will never forget this. After he died, they took Batman. They said, let's meet up. And they
Mhm,
brought Batman to this old abandoned restaurant or club or something. And they
mhm.
said, we hate you. We don't like you.
I remember you talking about this.
Yeah. They they're like, we hate you. We don't like you. Leave us alone.
Mm,
Oh, and just recently, um, Batman cut off the Oracle network. So then nobody could talk to, Oracle talks in their
yeah,
heads about Barbara Gordon.
yeah.
Batman cut off the Oracle network so nobody could speak to Barbara. Like, what are
Mm.
you doing? Anyway,
He said, y'all,
it's
he said, y'all cutting me out the loop. I'm cutting air. I'm cutting the loop.
exactly. So it's been a lot. They've been lost without Alfred. And yeah, yeah. Even
That makes me
Catwoman
feel
left.
sad.
Even Selena Kyle left. So yeah.
I mean, well, they've always had like a off again, on again relationship.
They were married.
Really? When did that happen?
That happened around episode 100 or something. Around
Mm.
I
In this new
forgot who's
52 stuff?
in this new 52. And it was that one great Arthur, Tom King. Tom King was writing that.
Mm. Okay. 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 All right.
But
Are you ready
yeah,
to jump to our last segment? One more break?
I am ready. I am ready. I just want to say again, I've said it countless times since episode 3. I hate Batman.
Mm.
I hate him to death. And we'll be back
I hate Batman.
after these messages. A lot of water.
Hey Jared, I know we've talked a lot about Professor X. He comes up all the time, but what's like your main gripe with this man? Because I feel like he's done so much for the mutant community.
My main gripe changes with every new issue of X-Men. Professor X puts himself in all of these horrible situations, and now he is trying to take away the best age of the X-Men. But he has done stuff ever since his inception. And you know what, DeMarcus? I just wish that Professor X had somebody that he could talk to, basically.
I think he has plenty of jokes. He's in like everybody's head, but it sounds like he's his heart is always in the right place, even if his methods aren't. But I don't think I'm the person to have that conversation with him. I couldn't tell him like, "Hey, Professor X, you don't know what you're doing. Like, I know you mean well, but you're really fucking everything up."
Well, as a doctor of psychology, Professor X desperately needs to talk to somebody else who is in psychology to help him with his issues. And you know what? He needs to go straight to betterhelp.com/BGE pod to get a discount on a session. He needs to have
Yeah.
somebody talk to him about his rape charges, his
Wait a
underage
minute.
his underage girl admirations, um, putting everybody through that portal, abandoning his son, loving his other son in front of the son that he abandoned. Like there's so many things that he needs to talk about somebody with, and he has nobody because nobody told him that he needs to be the head of this Krakoa. Nobody told him that he needs to be the head of that table. So he needs to talk to
You're
somebody
right.
today. He needs to go
It
straight to
it
betterhelp.com/BGE pod now.
it does sound like he has this like savior complex, and that's definitely something that the folks at BetterHelp could help him with. If he goes to betterhelp.com/BGE pod, he will get 10% off, but I don't think he needs it. Isn't he like independently wealthy?
Now he has his grandfather's Nazi money, and that's how
Oh,
he is so wealthy.
so there's
Um,
probably some guilt in there he needs to work through too.
I mean, is it? Is it? Like, let's be for real.
The folks at BetterHelp will know better than we
Yeah, yeah, they'll know
do.
better than we do. But Professor X, if you can hear this, you need to go to betterhelp.com pretty soon because you're getting on my nerves and getting on everybody else's nerves. All right. So betterhelp.com says BGE pod to get 10% off. And do it now, please. Thank you. We are back. And I would just like to say that you can follow us, you can comment on all the stuff, and all of that information is going to be in our comment section. And I'm going to mention it later. But this is our question segment where we
Hmm.
can ask questions from the audience. And I have one question for you. Has
From
something
who?
to, I
From
didn't
you?
actually get their name.
From you? It's from
Sorry.
you.
No, it's not. But I didn't get their name and my computer's like I'm walking right now.
Okay.
But I have a question for you and I can answer it
Question.
too.
Okay.
Do you think that Batman is just a broke Spider-Man?
Wait, do I think Batman is a broke Spider-Man?
No, it's supposed to be the other way. Do you think that Spider-Man is just a broke Batman?
Consider. Let me mull it over. Knee-jerk answer, I don't. I do not think that Spider-Man is a broke Batman because
And I think it
um
is.
I think I think their core they are very different. I think they have a lot of similarities. I think there's a lot of parallels in their stories. Like Batman lost his family, Spider-Man has lost some people in his family. Those deaths sort of propelled their sort of like fueled their superheroism or their heroism. Um, but I think that at their core they're different. I think at at the core, Batman is like I want to punish villains, and Spider-Man is like, I want to help people. Um,
But do you
that's,
think that the factor that bridges the gap for those different parallels is money?
I don't think so because well, we've never seen Spider-Man with money. Um,
We have, but we
well,
didn't see him grow up with money.
I think we saw a superior Spider-Man with money.
No, Parker, well, after Superior Spider-Man, Parker owned Parker Industries.
Yeah, but he didn't really know what to do with that.
He did not, but he
Yeah,
had money.
I mean, yeah, what's the point of having money? You ain't gonna spend it.
Um,
Um, and then
true,
what the city girl said.
true.
But yeah, so we don't. Yeah, I don't consider even when he had money, I didn't consider Spider-Man a superhero with money.
mm,
And I think it looks very different. Um, even as Superior Spider-Man. when he had money. It's like, all right, I'm putting systems in place to, monitor or curtail crime for the entire city, as opposed to Batman is like, I'm building a bunch of shit for myself for when I have to fight somebody.
Hmm. So Spider-Man is more heroic than Batman.
I would say Spider-Man is more altruistic. I would say they're both heroic. Spider-Man is more altruistic in his heroism in that this is not about me and my vengeance and my grief. This is about making the world a better place.
Hmm. Is Spider-Man a broke Batman? I would hope so
I
because
think
I want more from Batman, but I
mm,
have to agree DeMarcus answered this question very eloquently. and I'm starting to rethink it, but I would hope that Spider-Man has not Spider-Man, but Batman has Spider-Man's money and Spider-Man's views on his heroism, and the only thing that's separating them two is the millions between them.
nah, nah, because we've seen a lot of Batman and Spider-Man stories, and I think a running theme or an underlying theme in Batman stories is that he's selfish. He
But you
does
think
things.
he was always that way?
I think I don't think he's intentionally selfish. I don't think he's like, I want things for myself, but I think he cannot see past himself and his own grief.
But then
And
rich people are selfish because they can usually get what they want.
exactly. So, and there's that part of it too. I think the Punisher is a broke Batman.
But the Punisher kills people.
Yeah.
So
And
are
I
you
think
saying
if
that poor
Batman,
people
I think
kill
if Batman was
people?
broke, I think if Batman grew up poor, he would kill people too.
So you think that poorness
I think
is one
that
of the conditions that you have to kill people?
I think that being poor makes people more desperate in general. And so it makes their morality more flexible.
Um, so the Punisher was living in a two-income middle-class family household when he did that. So he wasn't
He lost his family.
necessarily
How did
poor.
the Punisher grow up? What did that life look like? Because he was a soldier. And so while soldiers get paid, like I've never met someone who's a soldier that's like, oh yeah, like I'm living large off this army salary. It's like I have enough to get by. I have enough to be comfortable. And
So he did
usually,
what?
especially if they're young soldiers, it's like I'm spending all my money.
So he did grow up in a single family income, where
hmm
he was bullied and he had to fight back,
hmm
until he went to the military and he
hmm
idolized Captain America the whole time. So
hmm
yeah, I don't think so.
I think so.
I
What do
mean,
you
the,
think?
the parallels are the same. Spider-Man has so many more parallels with his parents dying. He's an only child. He doesn't have a stable, significant other. He blah,
I
blah, blah,
think
blah, blah.
but I think with the parents dying, I think because I think Bruce Wayne, because I don't see it as often Spider-Man's parents coming into the story as much as his Uncle Ben. I think Uncle Ben's death affected Spider-Man a lot, while his parents' death was like, yeah, that happened, but I can't really remember them anyway.
But you see Ben pop up, you know anytime that a Batman movie, TV show, or run on a comic book, you know that Martha and the Dr. Wayne is gonna pop up.
That was a
So,
whole plot point in that Justice League movie.
right,
It's like your
right,
mom's name Martha, my mama's name Martha. Let's stop fighting, bro.
right. So you know that they both think about their father and parental figures
They're presenting
often.
figures, yeah. But see, you was trying to draw a direct parallel between Spider-Man parents dying and Batman's parents dying. I don't think their parents, their birth giving parents dying affected them in the same way.
I mean, Spider-Man didn't know, Peter Parker didn't really know his birth parents, I don't think.
Exactly.
But he knew Uncle Ben. Batman knew
Hmm.
his birth parents. So
Yeah, I agree
oh,
with you.
okay.
I agree with you there.
We are still up in the air.
I'm not up in the air. Jared's up in the air.
No, no, we both of us are still up in the air
My
with
feet on the
this
ground.
question on if Spider-Man is a broke Batman. I'm leaning more towards yes, but I gotta admit that your answer to this was pretty good.
Hmm. Thank you.
Anyways, now we come
Six
to
brown
our
chicks.
dang, can I say?
Please, please, let me not step on your toes.
Now we come to the segment where we answer a question from six brown chicks. I'm going to read the first part of this question to DeMarcus, and DeMarcus is going to pick the one that he wants to talk about. So,
Hmm.
are you ready?
I'm always ready, Jared.
Oh, okay. Reading the first sentence, my wife has a hair salon and I help make hair videos for her social media.
Hmm.
I have a bar baby, a baby conceived in the alley of a bar, and a cookout baby, a baby conceived at a cookout.
Hmm.
What day? Okay. And I'm a man. I know what ejaculation smells like. And finally, Ralphie and I have been hooking up for years. Which one?
Was that four
That
or
was four.
five?
That was
Okay.
four.
Um, the I'm a man. I know what ejaculation smells like. Let's go with that
All
one.
right.
I know what nut smells like.
Okay, this is six brown chicks.
Hmm.
I'm a man. I know what ejac and it's spelled E dash Jack dash YOU dash lation. So
Wow.
I'm a man. I know what
I hate it when people can't spell.
me too. Me too. And I have to read this mess.
I hate it so much.
I'm a man, but sometimes I'll be misspelling stuff. So give us some slack.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
Anyway, I'm a man. I know what ejaculation smells like. It was in my girlfriend's wig, and it ain't mine. I asked her where she'd been, and she lied about hanging out with her friends, with her female friends. I didn't snap because I do my own thing. I got engaged to someone else, and I'm staying with my girlfriend to save money for our wedding. And I'm not ready to move out right now. She planned a night out with her female friend, and I followed her to see who was blasting on my girl's face. I caught her hanging out with some tall, lanky guy. I called her name, and when she turned around, I rushed to knock her out. But my punch was intercepted. Did he kick me? I was on the ground and he kept stomping me. I was
Hmm.
in the ER when they moved my things out of her apartment and left it in the curb. Many of my
Mm,
things were stolen. I'm living with my
mm.
fiance and her mother, and I hate them both. I miss my girlfriend. How do I cancel the wedding and get her back?
I think this one sounds very similar because I think we did a different one where like the dude was like living with his girlfriend to save money for a wedding. I think
Yeah,
that's come up before. Um, let's recap. This
I love
guy,
the recaps.
this guy is firstly already cheating on his fiance with
Mhm.
this girlfriend. I didn't hear any mention of like alternative relationships, so I'm just gonna assume it's illicit. It's under the table. It's not a good thing that's going on here. People have not had the chance to give their full consent to participate in this relationship.
Right.
Um, and so he gets upset when his girl comes home with nut in her hair.
Mhm.
Um, that part confuses me because nut dries quick. And once it's dry, it doesn't really give off a smell like it did when it was wet.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. And
so
you know this from experience?
Jared, I've been 14 before. Like there
But
was
I mean, like in a girl's wig,
maybe their hair. I haven't dated a lot of women that wear wigs. Um, or
like
at
the
least
one you're wearing right now.
wear wigs often. But this is all mine. This is you can pull on this.
I mean, you can pull on
Um,
most wigs, so I mean, go
nah,
ahead.
you can pull wigs off. This don't come off. Anyway,
All right, sure.
um, but yeah, so like that is like either she was like giving head in a car, nutted her
Mhm.
hair, and then like immediately went inside to the boyfriend, or I don't know, because that part, or he was like really up on that wig sniffing, which also could have happened.
Mm.
Either way, um, but he doesn't like he says at one part of the story that he's fine with her doing her own thing because he also has a fiance, but now you
Mhm.
following her to the club to find out who she's doing her thing with. You're not okay with it, bro. You're playing a game that you really don't want to play.
Well, he said he didn't say he was fine with it. He said he didn't snap because I do my own thing.
Oh, okay. I mean, same difference.
But then
Like,
he went to the club and tried to
yeah.
fight him.
And then you know, I don't know what kind of agreements and boundaries y'all have established in your relationship, but then you attack you should, but you shouldn't try to hit this woman in public. You shouldn't
No,
try to
I
hit.
don't think that he was trying to hit the woman. I think he was trying to hit the man that she was with.
Nah. He said he was trying to hit her, and his punch was intercepted.
I
That's
called
what I
her
read.
by her name. You're right. I called her by her name, and when she turned around, I rushed to knock her out. So yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. He did
yeah,
try to hit her.
yeah. And so
Yeah,
I'm not mad at you for getting knocked down and knocked and stomped for trying to hit this woman in public.
yeah.
Um, you should have none of this should have ever happened. You should have been with your fiance and that been it. But now that we're in this situation and what the advice he's asking for is like, how does he now get his girlfriend back? And I don't think you can, bro. I don't think you can, especially if at this point she done found out about a fiance. I imagine if you're in the hospital, she might have. Nah, if she putting your stuff out, she ain't came to visit shit. Um, yeah, you. It depends on how your stuff was outside. Like if she took the time to like fold and pack your stuff and put it out, you ain't got no chance. Like she's done because while she's folding and packing, she's had time to like she's calm. If she's folding and packing, that means she's calm. She's had time to like process everything, let go of the relationship. She's at peace with where she is, and that is not with you.
Mm.
But if your shit was just thrown outside and it was like in a pile or some shit, and she ain't even bothered to take it out the drawers and the dressers and shit, and she just throwing shit out and it's like a mess everywhere, you can go back over there. It ain't gonna be easy, but you know it's gonna you gonna have to wade through some bullshit. But you can go back over there, and she probably still not gonna stop messing with that other dude. But yeah, you can still you can go back over there. It's not gonna be the relationship you want, but you can have it.
My thing is, you've already been to the hospital. Why do you want to go back? Why do you want to go back?
That's
You
my
have you got the possibilities of some type of stable relationship if you can keep it in your pants, but you aren't trying to go through that. You're trying to get have your cake and eat it too. And then you want to go right back to the hospital knowing that this tall, lanky dude, Lorante, can just kick you and then one kick and you're down and
he must
out?
not he must not have been that lanky if he whooped your ass like that.
Right, right. One kicking you down and out. No, it needs to be one kick and you are back to your fiance. Like,
That's
what did you even
yep,
tell her? Her
yep.
and her mama. And it,
Mm.
so yeah. Demarcus is saying that is possible for you to go back. Why do you want to go back to the hospital so quickly? Why do you
Hmm.
want to have yourself in that situation? You need to be trying to make your relationship with your fiance work and trying to
Hello?
oh, you were saying hello to me?
No, no, no. I was agreeing with you. That was like
Oh,
I was like, like, hello, like, wake up. You need to be making it work with your fiance. My
yeah, you need to make your way with your fiance. And I totally lost my track, but
bad.
yeah, I don't think that you need to be trying to get back with your girlfriend. And if you
Hmm.
don't like the fiance, do you need to leave her too?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I think that happens a lot. I think that's why marriage counseling is important. And it's important to like date people for long enough so that you really get to know them. Because like if you move in with your fiance and her mom or whatever and you hate them both, it's like you probably hated them before, you just didn't spend enough time with them to know it.
yeah, because you were at your girlfriend's house the whole time.
Hello? There it is. There it is. There it is.
All right. So, so yeah. That was Black Geek Energy. You can
Mhm.
find us on TikTok at Black Geek Energy. You can find us on Instagram at Black Geek Energy. You can find us on Twitch at Black Geek Energy. You can find us on YouTube at Black Geek Energy. You can find us on Twitter at EGE underscore pod. I couldn't
Mm.
get Black Geek Energy for Twitter.
Mm.
And just this week, you can find us on Facebook at Black Geek Energy.
And
Facebook
tell
is
them
a
about
lot.
our Patreon, our paid channel, our subscription.
You
Is
said we
that
were doing that next season.
I thought we were doing it for D&D games this season. Like the actual D&D games are behind the paywall.
They're on the paywall for and they're on the paywall for Spotify. If
Hmm.
you have the Spotify, you can get the paywall. But so let me just ask you here on air, should I go ahead and make the Patreon for us for right now?
I think we can get started. I think we can because we're doing our D and we should do I think we're doing our D&D games. Like if you want to listen to us play D&D, it's behind the paywall. But we'll always have the recap episodes for y'all to listen to for free.
Okay. So yeah, I've been thinking about doing
And
that too.
then next season we'll actually have like start building out like a full, you know, a full repertoire of content for the that just exists behind the paywall.
I've been thinking about some content too.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh, oh wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
So
think my only issue is that I don't like write ideas down when I have them.
you can write them in your phone.
That's what I need to start doing. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Um,
So yeah, do all that. I guess at the bottom of this episode, there'll be a Patreon link, quite possibly.
Poss-
So yeah, look out for that. Look out for all the stuff that are coming by. DeMarcus, let me count because oh my God, I looked at this yesterday and it made me sad.
what made you sad that we only
There,
have
there is
only
only
a few more
one,
episodes this
two,
season?
11. Well, 12 more episodes. We are a dozen more episodes.
I'm not mad at that. I'm excited. I've been my body has been gearing up for the end of this season.
Did y'all know? Oh,
This has been a great season, and I've been really enjoying it. And I love our breaks as well. Um, I would really like to do our Raising a Geek episode where we have like parents on before the end
next?
of the season.
Oh,
No, not
before the
next,
end of the
before the
season.
end of the
Okay.
season. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, set it up. We can do it whenever your parents are ready.
Oh, because your mom doesn't want to do it?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No.
She
But
doesn't?
no.
Wow. Okay, yeah, I'll just get my parents together. Maybe because I know we do like a family trip. Like I want to do it while I'm in the same place as my parents because they ain't super tech savvy and
So
I don't
like,
want
are you coming in November?
I don't want to stress them out. No, I don't think so. Um, but maybe I'll be around in like December. I'll be around sometime then. So
All
it
right, well,
depends.
we'll talk about it off air.
Yeah, yeah, we can talk about that there.
We'll talk about it off air, but yeah, we're winding down 12 more episodes, including the Jardo Awards. I have so many great nominations. Are you excited for the Jardo Awards?
I'm excited to hear what you put on this, what you put on the list because I always love some of the nominations. I do not always like the winners. I always love the nominations.
Well, I mean, you're going to be reading it, so
Then I'm gonna be reading the nominations.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I have lots of good no, actually I don't. There weren't a lot of good things this year.
At least not for anime. Anime was real. Well, no, anime has been good this year, but not this past
I
season.
mean, Bleach is still coming up, so
Ooh, I can't wait.
who knows?
I cannot wait.
All right.
Final thoughts?
Yeah. DeMarcus, what are your final thoughts?
Um, I think my final thoughts for this episode are all around what does it mean to be a good and a bad guy? Because we've talked about a few other characters who are similar to Bane in that their main focus is their home and doing the right thing for their people. And I think as we talked about today, like that is where Bane's heart and soul lies, doing right by Santa Prisca. Uh, I think the difference between Bane and some of the other people, like Black Adam or Doom or some of the other folks who are in the same vein, is that every now and again, Bane is like, "Oh, I just want to wreak some havoc, and I'm very vengeful."
Yeah.
So, while he is like all about Santa Prisca, he's like, I got time for some villainy. So, yeah. Oh, also, I just want to say R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan. That was a good one. And we lost our boy this past week.
Yeah, he was from Atlanta.
Hmm.
And James Earl Jones.
And James Earl Jones, the voice of Mufasa, and Darth Vader.
And Darth Vader.
Hmm. Man, that was our boy for real.
All right.
Grew up with that man.
We'll see you next week here on Black Geek Energy. Bye, everybody.
BGE out. What's happening, my fellow geeks out there? It's a new year. Welcome to 2024. New me, or the same you. However you want to play it this year. I am here to tell y'all that I am in a much better space mentally, and a lot of that is due to getting, I'm not going to say the help I need, but having someone to talk to objectively, like that third party who's just there to give you advice and not really trying to put their own judgment on you, and also like kind of helping you, think through some of your thoughts. Maybe you're an external processor, maybe not. But you can do all of these things with BetterHelp.com. So you can be in the same place I am. You can be in a better place than I am. You can improve the way you think and the way you approach situations just by having someone to talk to about it that is not there to judge you, that is available at the send of a text, that you can switch them out if it's not working. If they're not giving you the advice you need, you can just say, hey, better help, give me someone else, and they'll find you someone else to partner with. Tell you it's an amazing service. And if you tell them we sent you, you're going to get a discount. Because why would we tell you to go if we're not going to hook you up? So go to betterhelp.com/BGEpod and tell them DeMarcus sent you.